Hi, Prabhu here. Today we will see about how to create bump map in Photoshop and utilize in Maya 2017 using ARNOLD render engine. Stay tuned. Okay, before we get into the actual project, you need to set the project folder. It's really important because we are not only do model, we need to texture in Photoshop. So please set the project, go to file and choose project window and choose new project. So I will choose my project name as bump underscore map. So I will click accept. So before that I will choose my location, so as my D drive. You choose wherever you want and click accept. So now go to create panel, polygon primitives, disable the interactive creation. So that means when we click on polycylinder, it will automatically create it in center of grid. Press R and scale in Y. So like this, press R and little bit big. So I will scale in Y. So like this. So now go to front view and press W. I want to move this one in above the grid. So now I need to increase my subdivisions. So go to polycylinder 1 and give subdivision axis to 60 or something. So that means it will looks like rounded shape. So now I need to increase my cap segments to 2. So double click on this edge and press R and scale big. So like this. So now you need to make on bottom side also. Double click on this edge and scale until you reach the nearby to this corner edge. So right click and choose face. So select this face and shift double click on this face. So that means it will select the entire loop. So you need to do same thing on bottom side. So select this one and shift double click on this one. So that means it will select the entire loop. Shift right click and choose extrude face. You need to extrude in Z little bit. So like this. So now double click on this edge and shift double click on this edge and shift double click on this bottom edge. So you need to do same thing on bottom side. Shift double click on this edge and shift double click on this edge and shift double click on this edge. Now shift right click and choose bevel edge. So you need to give tiny bit of bevel. So I will give fraction to 0.3 and segment to 2. So like this. So now right click and choose object mode. Now I go to front view and press W. I want to move this object above the grid like this. Now go to perspective. Now I need to give an polygon, create an polyplane and press R and scale big. So and give subdivision width and height to 1. So like this. So now we need to unwrap this model. So select this one and go to window and choose outliner. Here you need to give polycylinder as coin, COIN01, and this one is the ground. So GROUND01. So like this. Now select the coin and go to top view. Here you need to go to UV and choose planar option box. I need to reset my settings. Here you need to give camera projection and choose image width and height ratio. Keep image width and height ratio and click project. Right click and choose object mode and go to perspective. So open your UV editor. Go to UV and choose UV editor. I want to zoom out a little bit. So here you need to click on this one. So toggle shaded UV display. So that means it will shows your UV is perfect or not. So now I double click on this edge over here and shift double click on this edge, and also you need to select the back edge over here. So only the back edge like this. Now you need to click on this one, separate the UV along the selected edge. Sometimes it will be hide like this. You need to expand this one and separate the along UV over the selected edge. So I will click on this one. So now right click and choose UV. So select this top UV over here. Now control right click and choose to shell and press W and move over here. So now you able to see our bottom UV over here. So it will be reverse. So I will select this center UV. Now control right click and choose to shell and move it on this side. So now you able to see our center part. So right click and choose UV. Now shift right click and choose unfold option box. So I will reset my settings. So it will be set as default as perfect. So I will click on apply and close. So that means it will unfold. So sometimes it will go wrong. So that means you need to adjust manually. So I will rotate like this and press W. I will move it over here. So I will select this UV over here and press E and rotate like this and press W. I will move it on this side and press E and rotate like this and press W. I will move it over here. Now you need to unfold again. So select all the UV over here, shift right click and choose unfold. So here also you need to do. So I will select this one and shift right click and choose unfold. So we need to make it straight. So right click and choose UV. So I will select the top row UV over here and click on this one. Align the selected UV to maximum V value. So I will click on this one. So that means it will make it straight. So you need to do it on bottom side. So select the bottom UV row and click on this one. So that means it will align straight. So now you need to unfold again. So I will select this one, shift right click and choose unfold. So that means see here it won't unfold perfect because, so I will select this half UV over here. I will move in a little bit further. So like this. Now I select this one, shift right click and choose unfold. Now I select this top row over here and click on this one. So that means it will align straight. You need to do same thing on bottom side. So now shift right click and choose unfold. So it will happen again and again. So I will leave it default. So now I select this UV over here and shift right click and choose unfold. So it will flip over. So see here we have some problems. So I will select the UV over here, shift right click and choose unfold. So now I need to scale this one. So I will select this UV and press R and scale bit. So like this. So you need to keep this one above this UV line. So same, because we did not see about the back area. So I will keep the back UV to the same UV line and press R and scale bit. So that means our texture will be happen on both sides. So I will select whole UV over here and press W. I will move on inside. So press R and scale down. So the UV area is this gray line, so don't keep outside of this gray area, so it will only takes this gray line. So you will keep the UV inside of this gray line, so you need to give same thing on this UV, which I will scale down and move it over here and press R and scale down. So I will scale down this one. So now we need to make UV on our Photoshop, so I will select this UV and go to polygons and choose UV snapshot. So here it will be automatically set in your destination folder, and in images I will click on this browse button. So I will rename this as UV coin UV coin_UV and click save and give at least 1024 pixels for this coin texture. So and choose color as red, so that means your wireframe will be set as red color, and choose image format as PNG and click OK. Now open your Photoshop. Okay, go to file and choose open. So go to your destination folder, so in this case my D drive. Here you need to go to source, go to your destination folder in your images. So I will select my UV file and click open. So I want to lock this layer 0, so in the layer 0 selected and click on lock button, so that means you cannot able to move this UV. So and click on new layer over here, so drag this layer all the way to down. So I will rename as BG. So set this BG color as black. So take paint bucket tool over here, and also you need to choose a pure black color and click over here, so like this. And then you need to create a new layer. Here you need to make a coin design, so using custom shape tool over here. So I will choose my shape as path and click on the shape. Here you need to click on the settings and click on this all, so that means you'll be able to see all shapes over here. So I will choose any design you want, so I will choose this one. So I will draw over here. So now I need to fill this color, so take pen tool, right click and choose make selection and click give feather to 0 and click OK. When the layer 1 selected, and click on paint bucket tool and choose and pure white, so that means your all values to set as F. So and click OK and click over here and press Ctrl D. So now I want to move this one over here, so I need to type any text numbers, so I will choose horizontal type tool and click on here and press 5 in keyboard, so that means the coin value is 5. So I will scale this one, double click on this T, and you will able to click and drag to set your text size and click choose move tool. I will move over here exactly in center. So I will select this one and press Ctrl T to transform. So I will rotate little bit like this and press enter. So I want to duplicate this one. When the layer 1 selected and press Ctrl J to duplicate. So I will move on this side and press Ctrl T, right click and choose flip horizontal, so that means it will flip on this side, and press enter. I will move on this side using keyboard arrows, so like this. So I want to type my year, so take text tool, click on over here, so I will press 2016. So I will double click on this one, I will scale down this one So I will take move tool and use keyboard arrow to adjust your text. So like this. So now I need to give some bump values to this side areas. So create new layer and rename this layer as brush. So like this. When the brush layer selected, take brush tool. So right click and choose brush size. So very tiny bit. So even tiny bit. So example 5. So like this. Now I want to draw this one over here and choose hardness to 0. So use shift and click and drag. So like this. So that means you able to draw the straight line. Take move tool and adjust. You need to keep this brush strokes inside of our wireframe. So now I need to make sure duplicate on all these areas. So that means when the brush layer selected, press Ctrl J to duplicate and press Ctrl T. So I will move on here using keyboard arrow. So like this and press enter. So I want to do it again and again. So press Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift in keyboard. So all 3 button, Ctrl plus Alt plus Shift and press T. So that means it will happen again with same distance. So you need to do it again and again using Ctrl Alt Shift and T. So like this. Okay, so now I will make duplicate on all other areas. So I want to merge this layer. So select the last brush layer copy and scroll down and shift select the first layer brush copy brush. So that means it will select all the layers, all duplicate layer, and press Ctrl plus E in keyboard. So that means merge layers. Ctrl plus E. So that means all layer will be merged. So see here. So now I need to give some blur to this corner edge of our text and all other brushes. So I will select this one, Control select this one and other 2 layer except the brush layer and press Ctrl plus E. So that means it will merge. So when the merge layer selected and go to filter, blur and choose Gaussian blur. So I will give very tiny bit value. So I will give in this case 0.5. So that means the corner edge will be got little bit of blur and give OK. So now I need to save this file. So I will uncheck this layer 0. So first you need to save the Photoshop file and then save as a Torga file. So the Photoshop file is mainly used for the future alteration. So if you want to save, go to file and choose save and go to your source images in your destination folders. In images you need to save as coin underscore bump and choose save as a Photoshop file. Now you need to save as a Torga file. Go to file and choose save as a Torga and go to your source images and choose coin underscore bump.tga as a Torga and click save and click 24-bit and click OK. So now you are go to Maya. Okay, so I will close my UV editor. So you need to give object mode. So now you need to set your camera view. So go to click spacebar. So here I need to set my camera view. So I will click and drag. So that means you got only two viewports. Go to rendering and click on create cam. It will automatically create it in center of grid. Press R and scale big. Go to panels, perspective and choose camera 1. Now I need to set my camera view over here. So here you need to set two things. Go to view camera settings and choose overscan. View camera settings and choose resolution gate. So I will set like this. So open your Arnold render view. So in default it will be render our perspective shape. So I need to render my camera. So I will click on this camera shape 1. So now I need to create an HDRI map for this project. It's really important. So I will provide the link below in this video description box. Please copy this link and paste over here and download this one. So if you have own HDRI map, use that one. So I will provide an HDRI map link. So I already have download in my desktop. So copy this link and go to your project destination folder source images. Here you need to paste our HDRI map and open your Maya. So go to Arnold and choose light and choose sky dome light. So that means our sky dome will be set over here. So I will close my outliner. So when the sky dome selected, click on this checker and go to file and choose filter type to off and click on this image name and you choose your HDRI map and click open. So after that you need to apply an material for this coin. So I will select our coin, right click and choose assign new material and choose Arnold AI standard. So I want to rename this material as coin underscore Arnold AI standard. So select, I didn't want any diffuse contribution. I give diffuse color all the way to black and diffuse weight to 0. So I need to give an specular weight. So I will give specular weight to 1. So that means you able to see our reflection will be happen on our coin. So now we need to apply an bump map. So as we designed in our Photoshop. So scroll down. Here you need to find bump mapping. So click on this checker and go to file and give bump depth to minimum value first. So I will give 0.05 and click on this arrow and filter type to off and click on this folder and choose your HDRI map and choose your coin bump. So and click open. So sometimes it won't update in your Arnold render view. So I will close my Arnold render view and open it again. So now you able to see our coin bump over here, but our scene is really bleach. So I will reduce my exposure over here. So I will angle my camera a little bit to see perfect reflection. So and also I need to reduce my so I will select my coin, right click and choose material attributes. Here I need to reduce my roughness of my specular to see our perfect coin reflection. So I will increase my roughness to 0.5. So now you able to see our reflection will be happen here. Also we have bump map. So but see here this side the bump map will be happen much more. So I want to reduce that one. So I will go my Photoshop file. So I will select my brush layers. So here you need to reduce the opacity. So when the brush copy selected, I will reduce my opacity up to 50%. I will type in here and press enter. So now I need to save this file again. First go to file and choose save. So that means it will save as a Photoshop file. And then go to file and choose save as. Go to your source images. Here you need to save as Torgo. So I will choose an Torgo file. So I will save as coin bump 1 and click save and click OK. Select this one and go to your bump map file. So I want to replace my bump map file. So I will click on this one and choose your bump map 1 and click open. So now you able to see it will be reduced our bump mapping over here. Okay, so it looks nice, but I need to give some more reflection for this coin. So I will right click on my coin and choose material attributes. So here you need to expand the specular. So you need to reduce the anisotropy. So like this, give 0.1. Okay, now you able to see our reflection will be happen much more. So I will angle down a little bit. So I will reduce my exposure a little bit. So now I got perfect result, but I got lot of noise. So I will reduce using, so I will select my sky dome and use samples to 5. Okay, so now our noise will be highly reduced when we increase our sky dome samples to 5. So now you clearly understand how to work on bump map. So how to create bump map in Photoshop, so and utilize in Maya Arnold. So I will preview my final file over here. I hope you like it. I see you on next project. Click subscribe button to subscribe our YouTube channel. We always need your support to create high quality content further. So please subscribe. Click here to also watch the tutorial of how to model and texture the 3D logo in Maya 2017 using Arnold render engine.